Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Let's Square It podcast.
Welcome to our loving and informed community. Spill the tea.
Man, guys,
Tea.
today just feels. How do you feel, by the way? How do you feel?
It's a good day, but a long day. I feel tired.
Sure.
Shooting back to back.
We've just been from another shoot to this
Yeah.
one. I mean, it's just
a lot.
hectic.
Anyway, today we'll be doing an interesting topic
Very
that gives
interesting.
me the energy to just come sit here and do it for you guys. We'll be talking about
How to be intentional in friendship.
and friendships can be with whomever, whenever,
Whom-
brother and sister.
Wait,
Hmm?
you said whomever.
Yeah.
I think walimu wangu wa English kindly. just-
Anafaa kurudisha change.
I mean, whomever. I've never heard of such, but
Never.
I've learned
Whoever.
something.
But if it's right or correct, I'm sorry, guys.
I just don't know what it means. It's the first time. So yeah. So today we're talking about
How to
being
be
intentional with
intentional. Yeah, and I was saying it can be between girls, ladies, men,
men,
parents,
parents.
you and relatives, anyone, literally anyone. And give us your first point.
Before I even
Wait,
give you- before I
what
even
is
give
it?
you-
What is it about being intentional?
No, I think how I define being intentional is all about defining what you want,
Mhm.
knowing what the other person wants, and knowing how to set your limits and boundaries. So I
Yeah.
think that is how you become intentional when it comes to friendship. And once you have that, it will lead to so many things: respect, that trust, and the bond will be so strong to a point that you even wonder, are you my friend or your family? You know?
Yeah, I understand that. To me, intentional means deliberate. I mean, we want this. I want this for this friendship. I want this to be between the two of us or a group, like making them know that you're not a mistake.
True.
And what I'm doing is to invest in the friendship and make us grow as a family.
So that is I think maybe someone might have understood from the two definitions. And I
Yeah,
think now
indeed.
I'll just have my first saying, it goes with it is
Sure.
the shortest one. Have limits when you want to be intentional. Have limits. Because
Limits and boundaries.
there's no way you people claim to be friends and yet you can't have these limits. When you draw those boundaries, for example, you and I have some boundaries and some limits where I can't do
Sure,
this,
yeah.
you can't do this. And not because I'm afraid of maybe something will happen, no, but it's just having that
Mutual
limit.
respect,
Yeah, the respect
yeah.
is there. When you know what to do, when you know what to say to your friend, it
Yeah.
becomes so easy because you'll be most of the time you'll be like, oh, nani happened hivi, nani anapenda hivi. You know what happens, and it might lead to you building great bonds, I think.
Yeah, and being in friendship and letting the other person know that I'm not taking this for granted. I don't want to do this to you because you're my friend and you'll never leave me anyway. Or you're my friend and tumetoka mbali, and if I say this, you shouldn't get offended. That's a limit to cross, and takes a lot to do that to a friend. So understanding that there are limits, or this is what my friend likes, this is how he or she likes things to be done, this is how he likes to be approached, mostly about sensitive issues.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to make
Not everything
intense
is a joke.
jokes
Yeah, not everything
about
is a joke.
what they've been through or what they are going through, because most people don't take it kindly. I might smile, but at the
down.
back of my head I'm like, wow, that's a lot of shit to say. Sorry for that word.
And I think when you don't have limits in whatever you say, whatever you do to your friend, it builds another perception about you to
Yeah,
those people who
very
you say
sure.
these things to, and you're doing these things to. So someone will be like, okay, so this is how you see me for, and this is how you do things, because you don't respect me.
Yeah, and we don't
care.
want to have friends who feel like they are holding back towards us because we have certain limits. But knowing these boundaries and limits that we can't cross makes that understanding of, okay, you want this and this is how I'll do it, but we make it in a natural way. It's inbuilt in you,
Yeah.
because you already have the understanding.
So I think you just have limits and know your boundaries as you start the journey of being intentional in your friendship.
Yeah. Mm. My first point, but
You're
this,
almost
this
saying
yeah,
the
it's the second point for
It's
the
the second
podcast.
generally.
For the podcast.
But you first. You first. Don't confuse.
Sour.
Yep.
My point is taking them out, treating them. I mean, nothing feels good like someone just coming up to you and giving you a chocolate bar. Doesn't matter if it was 10 bob or 100 shillings or
10
50,000 shillings. I don't care. The effort,
The effort, yeah.
or the thought is
Okay.
attractive.
So now that you've talked about, is it taking me out? It's taking me out, right?
Yeah, taking my friend
Please
out.
take me out. She should take me out though, anytime soon. And I'll tell you guys if it's true. So I think taking these people out is one of the things that as a friend you should try and do. Because the little things you do will actually tell this person, oh, this is where as a friend I am. This is the level at which our friendship is. And it brings a lot of things. You get to learn different things and new things about the friend. But what some kid do kwa nyumba is just like, oh, nani. And this is why now, but then, I have a problem with my gender. Usually men, with this type of people, we only hang out once in a while. Now, if we hang out, most of them, maybe in bars, maybe road trips. But till you get us seated somewhere talking, let's say where they take over
But
politics.
just the other week, I mean, I suggested we go for window shopping, just walking around some mall, and I realized it's actually a good experience. You don't have to buy anything. You just have to go out there, have a good time, take photos, and
The only problem is
what?
the guys don't really like just walking
Window
around.
shopping.
Yeah, window shopping.
You must have money to buy
At least something, hata kauta
Yeah, I
toka
like
na
window shopping, and I'm not ashamed.
no, but hata kauta
If I'm
toka na
tagging you, feel proud.
but hata kauta toka na maybe chocolate ya so ama maybe nini that's small sweet.
That's alright.
Oh, so that's who we are, and maybe not all of us, but some of us, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
Give us a second.
my second point is just being the number one supporter.
Mm.
A good example, Cardi B and the husband,
Offsets. They're friends before
Lulu Hassan
husband and wife.
Lulu Hassan and Rashid Abdallah,
Mm-hmm.
Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. I mean, look at the way these three people.
Millie wa Jesus and Kabi wa Jesus. I
know.
love that.
I mean, these people just and even Janet
and
Otieno, I think.
also Lydia KM and Murugi Muni on TMI podcast. I love their friendship. It's
Friendship
great.
needs, you need to be the number one supporter of your friend.
Yeah.
For you to be intentional, not fake support. Like it's something that is intentional, something that is true. So you need to be that person who really shows that support, and you are like, oh, by the way, I saw this. No matter how little it is, be their number one supporter.
Yeah, it really builds the confidence of them wanting to share with you the little successes. Like, oh, I've started a podcast. Oh, I've started a YouTube channel. Oh, I was promoted. Oh, I got a voucher from my workplace. This little...
I dance on TikTok.
Okay, that's kind of normal. How is it an achievement? Unless it's the first time
It's the
you're doing
first time.
that.
I dance on TikTok nowadays.
Okay, feel appreciated. Is that what you did?
No, I don't dance on TikTok.
Thank you.
You'll never see me dancing on TikTok.
Okay, my second point is having therapeutic conversations. Therapeutic conversations are really healing when it comes to friends because you're open with them and you can share with them literally anything. And if you realize that you have a friend that you feel ashamed to come clean to or tell them what you're going through, that friend gotta go. We talked about that on red flags.
Yeah,
in
but
friendships.
I think it's just what is your point?
Having therapeutic conversations.
When you have these therapeutic conversations, it doesn't necessarily mean that even
Uko na
you're
shida.
you just talk.
It just
and
means like
you're releasing this story stress.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that lazima ikuwe rafiki yako ule mwenye mnaongeanga na. Do you know that even your doctor can be your friend?
Yeah.
And
I
that is
really
where,
love that.
and what I like about doctors and maybe life coaches and these people who
Mentors.
mentors, counselors,
Mm-hmm.
they don't tell anyone whatever your problem was. So when you build that friendship with them, if you want to be intentional with them, just find a way of talking. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have only to find the experts.
Yeah, you can even have a friend who you can talk to. I talked about this on the podcast. Which podcast were we doing yesterday? I really can't remember.
Don't worry, guys.
This
don't
is
worry.
funny. This
Don't
is
worry.
funny.
It's just that we
But
have a lot
on
of
yesterday's
things.
podcast, funny thing, I even forgotten what I wanted to say.
It's just how things
We were
are.
talking about therapeutic. Oh yes, I've remembered. So, this kind of friends that you don't talk to mostly, but they hold you down when you need them. You can just call them. You can cry on the phone or whatever. Release your emotions, and they will advise you accordingly. But this friend, remember, you don't talk to them daily, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
just wise people on their own, like legit.
Yeah, the previous podcast was mental health. That is what we were looking at.
Oh yeah.
And how to navigate.
True.
Sikia kizungu.
Problems.
How to navigate.
Okay.
I tell you.
Congratulations. Give us your next point.
My next point is gifting and surprising these people. Gifting.
I love gifts.
You buy chocolate?
Nisawa, I will appreciate.
But she won't know that I'm buying. So gifting and
That's
surprising.
the point. They're not supposed to know it's a gift.
Gifting and surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So how was it supposed to? So okay, don't worry. I won't give it. I won't give you that I said. So I think gifting and surprising, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give them something. You can take them out, maybe on a safari. Get them, for other friends, they will even give you airplane tickets.
Wait.
Some will give you
Notebooks,
big machines.
pens.
Sweeties za shilingi tano.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
gift and a surprise. Surprise! Who doesn't like surprises, by the way?
You're being funny right now. I don't even know what's happening.
That day I'll be serious with my life. I
Mhm.
think, I don't know. Just be happy.
Work towards that. My next point is loving them for who they are, truly, like without looking at their flaws or their mistakes.
But
I mean, yeah, you can look at a mistake, but you tell them, okay, you did this, but you can try this, but not in a condescending voice.
condescending.
Yeah, voice.
No.
Yeah.
I usually learn English these days words that I've never even heard of. Condescending.
You're welcome. Tell us
Thank
about
you.
loving them for who they are.
Loving them for okay, let me give you a weird example. And please, if you know you're in a relationship or you're in a friendship, please just accept that person the way they look. Even if they don't look as per your standards, maybe they're not beautiful, they're not handsome. Just love them the way they are. Another thing, if your friend isn't that much of, doesn't perform well in class, just love them the way they are.
Yeah.
Too judgmental.
Can you
If
see these fingers?
they're not the same.
They're not the same.
Yeah.
We don't have the
We
same
never
amount
have.
of abilities.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah,
what
different.
makes them beautiful and capable to do something. Because imagine all these fingers were this tall.
I don't think if some other things would have happened.
Yeah.
So I think when you appreciate and accept them for who they are,
Mhm.
you will actually learn that there's something good about these people.
Yeah, because
for
we all
you-
love to be appreciated.
Yeah, and for you to realize the best version of someone,
Mhm.
then it means that you have to appreciate and accept them how they are and how they choose to do their things.
101%.
Yeah.
Give us your next point.
Respecting each other's relationship is my next point. And I think for you to be intentional, this one goes to these people who usually call themselves besties. Besties, my besties and besties. I just want to plead with you that please, once your friend is dating, once your friend is
There are
married,
some boundaries.
please draw boundaries.
You don't have to call them at 3 a.m. in the morning. Then
Don't go
cause-
visit them at night at 12 midnight women. Stay at
Don't go crash their house without notifying them that you're coming. I mean,
And
there's
you
some
just appear there.
boundaries. There are some
Draw some
boundaries
boundaries
that
and-
should be respected. Once a person has a partner, accept that I don't mean you move on, but there are some
No, you
things
just
that we
maintain your
start.
friendship,
Yeah.
but then there's a way you do your things. It's not like you have to call me each and every time. At at times I need that time with that person who I am dating or I'm married to.
Very
I just
true.
need time with them. So I think when you start respecting their relationships, it's better. Then it also comes in.
Mhm.
I'll ask this question:
Mm.
If today you were to, maybe let me say a friend, so the partner of their friend
Mhm.
maybe going out with another person,
Mhm.
maybe kissing, hugging. Is it right for them to go and tell their friend that, by the way, I saw your guy, ama your mama with someone else? Is it
Mama.
is it okay for them to go and tell their friends?
Definitely not.
But yes, it can.
Let's do it this way.
Wazungu.
I think there is a way to hold these conversations. There's a procedure to take. And if the first one doesn't succeed, we go to the second, right?
Yeah.
So my first conversation that I would have if I saw the partner to my best friend messing around or doing something that looks oblivious, I would have a conversation with them.
What?
Oblivious. Take them aside. Ask them, I saw you do this and this. What does this mean? And you're in a relationship with my best friend. Are there boundaries? Is it platonic? Is it romantic? Platonic is friendship that has no feelings.
I'm learning English.
Romantic is friendship that has feelings. So if there is something there, I think I would tell her or him, it's good for you to come out clean before things get worse. And if she doesn't, or if he doesn't, I would go to my friend, tell him or her, there's a process to set these things down before, you just blurting
You do
it
in a
out.
respectful
In a
way,
respectful
in a way
manner.
that doesn't seem you're trying to interfere with their relationship.
So I tell him or her, I saw your partner doing this and this. I had a conversation about her, and this is how it went down. Has he or she come to you to come clean about this and this? If not, then it is not in my place to go and follow up how they both solved the issue, because that's
that
not
is
my
left.
part.
Yeah, that is
left for them.
Yeah, so just respect your friends' relationships.
Yeah.
Be it work, be it the partners, be it their family. Just respect it. Don't go overboard. Don't go crashing these relationships. At times, you may break bonds that were not supposed to be broken.
Yeah.
And once you break these bonds, you'll also suffer for them.
They will also come back to you.
Yeah. So what's your point?
My point is holding them down when they need you. I mean, we have this type of friends who can just drop everything to come see you, to come console you, to come help you out with something. These friends who are just hands-on everything, they are really capable, but it's not that they don't have things to do. They are just sacrifice.
Yeah, and they
to be there.
They value your friendship, by the way.
Yeah.
For me to come and you've called me that I'm busy, and I make that effort of coming. It means that I really value our relationship, friendship, by the way, and I kind of have that special part in my heart that is just meant for you, and I can do anything. It doesn't mean that it needs to be a lady. If you're a guy, it needs to be a lady. It can even be a guy friend. Same to the ladies. There's that one friend of yours that ukimpigia tu hivi comes immediately.
They
You're
come
like,
through for you, like.
What about those? Really, I thought. Even someone is at some point there is friends who maybe are abroad and they want to take the next flight just to come and see you. And
that's a lot.
that type of friendship is what we're talking about. Being intentional.
Holding them down, just supporting them, being there all in for them. And I would join that with calling, check up on them. I mean, picking a phone just to call someone. How are you doing?
Yep.
Did you eat? How was your day? How did this go down? How was your interview?
I mean, just checking up on them, knowing how they are, how the life is moving on
Mhm.
their side,
Yeah.
it's just something else. So my last point is, please never take advantage, never misuse your friendship just to gain
In
something.
what ways can a friendship be misused or taken
You see, when now you want to call me each and every time you have a problem because I have money.
Is
you
that
want
a
to call me.
topic on its own that we can do?
It
on
can't be a
podcast?
topic on its own whereby you talk about friends who take advantage of others.
Let me put that down.
And also, so I think, if you want to be intentional, you should be this person who does not take advantage of others. Just because someone is weak or someone is not well off, you're like, oh, well, I don't want this person, such things. Or maybe someone has money, and each and every time you have a problem,
You just
You want
keep
to call
calling them.
it doesn't make sense.
Or you are this kind of person who expects that person to settle your bills for you.
I mean,
I would say this, especially food bills. Like, we go
But then
to a
it-
hotel,
yeah.
we say let's meet up, right? Then we meet up, and this friend has money. Then I'm like, you're gonna pay. You have all the money in the world. Do you know what kind of commitment this person has for him or her to put aside to settle the bill for you? I'm not saying you're not special, but
It's
we
not
have
bad,
to respect.
But respect.
Yeah, we have to respect opinions and decisions of others.
So when someone says no,
Mhm.
there's a reason as where they say no. I can't
Yeah,
pay
they
today.
may be caught
So,
up in something.
You find someone amerefuse kulipia mwenzake bill and you're like, oh, nani siku hizi anaringa.
Yeah, Naringa.
Si maringo. It's not
Or she
about
doesn't like me, or she just found other friends that she can
It's not
hang out
that.
with.
priorities.
Yeah.
At some point in life you have to have other priorities other than your friends. You'll have to be responsible for other things, not your friends alone.
Especially in this age gap of 21 and 30.
This
That's
is
where we
build,
lose
yeah.
a lot of friends and,
And you know the
build
real ones.
meaningful relationships. So in this bracket, we need to be, we're not supposed to be delusional. We're supposed to be real. We're supposed to be our own selves without pretending.
Yeah.
Because, when you pretend from 21 to 30, you can imagine those bunch of fake friends you're carrying into your 30s. And 30s come with a lot of responsibilities.
True.
Whether you're single or not, a lot
A lot
is
of
there.
responsibilities come down.
Yeah. So I don't have any points left unless you do.
So I think nothing else. It's been a very hectic day.
Yeah.
So I
a
think
long
it's
day.
it's time to also end this episode and tell you guys, man, for you to be a friend, be intentional, have limits,
Mhm.
be the one who supports them, go
Yeah.
with them out, do not take advantage of them, have this therapeutic conversation. I mean, literally everything we have said, just make sure that you follow. Even if you don't have to follow them or all of them, just follow a few.
And
It will
if you're
really help.
tagged, you can change for better. And we'd also appreciate if you comment down there below and tell us how you plan to be intentional and for you to transform your friendships into meaningful friendships. Tell us about our social media handles.
Our social media handles, Instagram, I am _Ostina, TikTok
Ostina
Ostina _254.
and on Spotify, Let's
Let's Square It.
And this is Let's Create Media. Have a good day.
Have a good day.